guys, it's Juanita, and I've successfully managed to put my camera upside down, so the view thing is now there at the bottom, and I'm very confused. So we're off to a great start. I wanted to do a book haul and update because I've got a lot of news that I want to talk about, and I got some new books. I went to a book swap a couple weeks ago actually, and yeah, I got things. Okay, so yeah, it was pretty much somebody's housemate had moved out and left them a bunch of books, and they didn't want doubles, and they're like super into like SFF, science fiction fantasy, and a lot of these were like classics and non-fiction, so they decided they'd organize like a big thing where people could bring their books and do a book swap and blah, blah. So I got a few books because I'm me, and they were free. So I got Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I have read this, I just didn't own a copy, and I've been wanting a copy because A, I really love the book, and B, it's a very good book to teach and to work with, so it's probably a good book to have a copy of. For the same reasons, I got The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Tales. Obviously, really influential work of Gothic fiction and really influential in terms of science fiction, so I want to be able to talk about it and have a physical thing and quotes, and yeah. Then I picked up a non-fiction book that I've heard a lot about, and I'm writing about food for my dissertation, and I'm working on my relationship with food, and I'm doing this whole intuitive eating thing, and food is on my mind a lot at the moment, but in a healthy way for the first time in a long time. And this just sounded interesting. It's Fast Food Nation. I know that they made a documentary of this. I'm just interested to see. I'm nervous that it's going to be super fat shamey and awful, but I feel like there could still be interesting facts and statistics in it that I might want to know, so got that. I got Nights at the Circus by Angela Carter, which I've never read, and everyone keeps telling me to, so now I can. And this was such a steal. I got Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And yeah, like, it's a basically unread copy. And the person was like, I have 2 copies, I don't need 2 copies. So now I have a copy, and I'm very excited about this. Yay! Okay, so those are the books that I got at the book swap. And then update-wise, I have a few pieces of news. The first is an explanation for where I've been. So they have doubled my dose of my antidepressants, and long story short, I fell into a bit of a hole. Without going into too much detail, my housemate nearly had to take me to the hospital, and I was basically not functioning, and I didn't know if I would make it out the other end. Which sounds very dramatic. I'm now balanced out, my body is adjusted. I still have intermittent nausea, which is really not fun, but yeah, as anyone who's ever gone on SSRIs gets warned, sometimes they can trigger suicidal ideation, and that is a really scary thing to experience. Yeah. Anyway, I had about 3 weeks where I was clinging to sanity, and without going into too much detail, I hope to never repeat the past 3 weeks of my life ever again, because I don't know if I'd make it through that feeling ever again. Just complete lack of control of your own body and feeling like you are possessed by your illness is not fun. So I hate bringing it up because I feel like I'm making excuses, but it was a really intense time. There was worry that I would have to resort to inpatient treatment, and couldn't film because I couldn't do much of anything. So yeah, and yeah, that's doing much better. And I kind of want to talk about self-care and like some like very practical things for when you're in that situation at some point. But now is not that time. It's still a bit fresh, and I'm still kind of I'm not there yet. But a very cool thing that happened is I won a tattoo voucher to a really good local parlor called Palm Black. So on the 26th of April, I'm gonna be getting my first tattoo. I'm so excited. It's 1,000 rand, which is a little over $100, I think. I think it's like $1, like 16 rand now. Jesus. So it's worth quite a bit. I'm getting a rosemary sprig on my lower arm to cover some self-harm scars that I have there that I would like to have covered, and it's gonna be great. And the artist is, well, there's two artists that work there, but the guy that I'm working with seems really nice, and I don't know, I'm excited. I'm very, very, very excited. And there's a very, very loud truck. I have nearly finished up my bullet journal, which I love this design. I'm gonna keep it. I wanted to say that I've been doing pretty well on some of my goals. My New Year's resolutions, going vegan, still going strong. Loving it. I was worried that the restrictive element of it would make things complicated, but it really hasn't. I'm loving learning all these new recipes and just being more creative in the kitchen for the first time in a very long time. It's great. Getting fit. I've been going to the gym 3 times a week, pretty steadily. On that note, I got an exercise inhaler, and holy hell, it makes a difference. I thought I was just really unfit, but then I started having intense chest pains and like dizzy spells when I was doing any kind of cardio, especially running. And they gave me an inhaler, and suddenly I could do 20 minutes on a treadmill. It's fine. It's amazing what a difference being able to breathe makes. I think I can safely say that I've kicked my binge eating habit, which feels really good. Like, yeah, I'm not emotionally eating anymore ever since I started, well, not ever since, but since I really stuck with intuitive eating. I haven't felt the same kind of urge to emotionally eat or emotionally restrict, and it's really paid off. Like, I can think of food in terms of how to nourish my body and motorcycle, and, you know, what am I craving and why, and it feels good. Get the channel back on track. Well, live more sustainably, got a compost bin going with the flat, and I'm trying to grow more of my own food, which is proving very difficult because Cape Town is having a very intense drought. Like, we're wondering if we will have enough water to make it till the winter rainfalls kind of thing. So my plants are suffering quite a bit, but yeah. Learning math basics hasn't been happening, but I have been teaching myself to draw for the first time. Well, actually for the first time, and it's going pretty well. Like, some of these are quite nice, and it's really relaxing. So at least I'm learning a new skill, which was really the point of that, and also to do something that I'm scared of failing at. I've never been able to draw, and I've always been terrified to try, and I finally just said fuck it. So I'm very proud of myself for that, which feels weird to say, but I'm trying to be better about acknowledging that kind of thing. Write a kick-ass thesis, we'll see how that goes. Do more fun things, right. So on my adventure list, I did the treetop walk in Kirstenbosch, which is called the Boomslang. I went to the farm sanctuary, I joined the mountain ski club, I went to a silent disco, which was really fun. There's different channels playing, and you select the one you want to listen to, and everyone's listening to something different and dancing. And if you just want to talk to someone, you can just pop your headphones off and you can talk. It was awesome. I went to a trampoline park, so like I've been ticking off things on my like list of things to do in Cape Town fairly steadily, and I'm enjoying that process, and I've been taking little clips as I've been going, so hopefully there'll be some good memories out of that. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know, I kind of wanted to fill y'all in, I guess. I'm just kind of at a point where I'm doing a lot of work on myself and developing new skills and testing the water in new ways, and learning to be okay with failure, essentially. I'm in therapy again, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about how this is going to go. I'm working on reviews for a friend's website now as well, so I need to find out from her if she's okay with me doubling up occasionally, you know, a written and then a filmed review. So reviews are on hold until I can sort that out, but we shall see. If not, I'll just do sort of more frontless stuff for her and more backless stuff here. So hopefully good things to come. I hope everyone is doing really well, and thank you for your patience. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.